Hi everybody, it's Lisa Murray here, hanging out in the Sweet Life Kitchen with Carl, doing the Two Chef Shows, sharing what we know. And today we're doing another gorgeous fall recipe. We're doing a creamy bisque pumpkin with thyme and ginger soup.
I'm extra ready for this. It looks delicious.
Everything about the ingredients on this is just beautiful. I don't know how it could not be. It's just one of those things. It's like one of those recipes when you put everything that's so good in the recipe, there's no way it's going to turn out bad. So it's an easy recipe too. So we're going to take 2 sticks and a little bit more, 2 tablespoons and a little bit more of butter, unsalted butter, and some onion. Carl, how much onion is this?
That's a 1/4 cup.
Okay. I want you to sweat those onions on the stove.
Okay.
And once he gets those sweated down, we're going to add in some flour, make a little bit of a roux. And then we're going to add all of our stuff into it, and it's going to simmer for about 20 minutes. And at the very last part, we're going to add our 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and then we're going to garnish with some fresh thyme and some fresh ginger crystals. So it's going to add a little pop to it.
Ginger crystals.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this getting ready for fall, and you know I always tell Vonda, like, man, we need to have more soups, more bisque, more broths at the house because I love them. You know, I love them, and I probably love them so much because we barely do them. And I don't know. You always like what you don't have, right? But this right here, when you can take some pumpkin, because a lot of people, I guess a lot of people don't use pumpkin a lot, right? They don't use it. They don't. You know, you can do that. They carve it up and make jack-o'-lanterns out of them, right? But they're all that inside is good.
It's wonderful.
Use the seeds, maybe something that we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the seeds or whatever. You can use the seeds, all that inner parts, man. That stuff is delicious, right? Pumpkin pie. I mean, come on.
The other thing we could do too, just to give you kind of a little extra something to think about, is as you're garnishing on the top of this soup, you can also add some pepitas. You could add some toasted sunflower seeds. You could really, even walnuts, if you had walnuts. Anything that's got a little crunch to it will make it just that much extra special. And I, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason I always think about pumpkin bisque with like a pastrami sandwich on rye bread. I don't know why, but that soup and sandwich combination of those two things to me really resonates. So, obviously we're not making a pastrami sandwich today on rye bread, but just to give you guys a little extra idea, if you're going to try to do a soup and sandwich for this recipe does go very well with that. It's also a nice appetizer, kind of a main front entree for your Thanksgiving fare. For those of you that do a couple of different courses, it's a nice thing to do. And for those of you that are doing a little partying, putting these in cute little cups and doing a little, like a 2-sip cup, these would be really lovely like that with a few twigs of the thyme and a little bit of the crystals on there, maybe even a little dollop of some whipping cream, like squirted cream.
Yeah.
Because we're going to put whipping cream into the actual recipe, but I mean like to just do a little extra squirt on there.
Right.
Beautiful display for a party. It really would be. Are they sweated?
They're sweated.
Perfect.
They're ready.
So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour.
All right. I'm just gonna keep stirring.
Yeah, making your
Like
roux.
that.
Yeah. And once that has started to settle in a little bit, has it settled in, I'm going to add 4 cups of vegetable broth. The other thing I will say to you guys is, for those of you that are vegetarians, this is one of those rare recipes for us that is a vegetarian recipe.
Right.
It's vegetarian in terms of not eating meat, but it does have dairy. So obviously, if you don't want dairy, I don't know what you're going to do about omitting the butter and the cream.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend anyone ever omitting butter and cream from anything ever. But if you have to do so, I guess you have to do so. I'm not sure what your substitute should be for that, because it's not my game.
There are none.
There are none, in my opinion. All right, I have a 1/2 cup, and it works out beautifully, a 1/2 cup of sweetened, I used granny apple sauce. I'm going to add that in now. Splatter, splatter, splatter. Sorry, Carl.
It's all good.
All right, and then I'm going to add a few extra little things. So I'm going to add in, this is ginger. I'm going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. Very important, since this is a ginger pumpkin bisque. The other thing is I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, another very important component. Lots of fall recipes call for allspice and cinnamon and nutmeg, and without those flavors, they don't feel the same way in your mouth. They don't have the same yum yum of fall. So we have to do that. I have a full can of organic pumpkin that I'm now going to add. Alright, and what we're going to do, guys, with that is it's going to sit and simmer with a lid on it. We're going to bring it to a little bit of a boil, not a roaring boil, but a little boil, and then we're going to put the top on it and let it simmer for 20 minutes, and when it's done, we'll come back and I'll show you how to finish it up. So we'll see in a little bit. Okay, guys, so our pumpkin bisque has been simmering for about 20 minutes now, and we're going to stir in the cream.
Behind you.
Yep. Pour in. This is a full cup of heavy whipping cream.
Yes, indeed.
Are these hot? They're very hot. So take that, Carl. Let's turn it up and show them. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous biscuit, and it's so pretty. All right. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to ladle into these soup bowls some of the bisque. Then I'm going to sprinkle some fresh thyme and then those ginger crystals. And then it'll be ready to eat. Some crunchy toast bread.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
Maybe some like.
Got a little burn there on my little finger.
Maybe some French.
Some French bread.
Baguettes or something, yeah.
So take a little bit of your thyme. Take your time with your thyme. It's always a delicate herb to try to do stuff with, because if you don't take your time with your thyme, it breaks off and those sticks are in your soup and in your stuff, and nobody wants to eat sticks. So maybe that's why they named it thyme, that you have to take time with the thyme. We're going to start, we were just talking about that off camera. I'm going to start giving you guys some of the history and behind the scenes of some of the things that we're learning about.
Yeah.
And how things are translated from different parts of the world. So many things are similar. They're called different things, but they are similar in the way that they're made and in the way that they're enjoyed all around the world. No one did a better job, in my opinion, of showing that to us than Anthony Bourdain, God rest his soul.
Right.
It's one of my most favorite people. I was so frustrated whenever I found out that he had committed suicide, because he was a part of a really cool event in the Cayman Islands, and you would go and be in the islands. Of course, I love to be in the islands anyway, and there would be all these famous chefs all over the world doing great food, and you could taste and do stuff, and I had planned to go, and it was the very year after he did that then of course I didn't go. But these are some really funky crystals. These are called ginger crystals, and I found them at the grocery store. They're in the Asian section, and they actually can be used to make a drink, like a tea, a ginger tea. There's a little bit of a sweetness to them. Yeah, we were sticking our fingers in it earlier off camera, and they're very groovy. So this is what it looks like, guys. Beautiful. Like I said, you could sprinkle some nuts on this. You could do a little whipped cream on this. I mean, squirt cream.
Right.
You could put them in little shot glasses and do it for a gorgeous little party thing. I'm going to get some spoons so we can try it real quick.
It's something basically saying you could have it warm or chilled?
You could do both. Yeah. Either way. One for you, one for me.
Excited.
Let's try it here. Don't forget to get your crystals down in there.
I see them too. It's funny. They stand out. Let me see.
Oh my goodness, that's good. That's really good. Really, really good.
Smooth, velvety.
Perfect for fall. Perfect.
That
Perfect
works
for fall.
right there.
Really good. My goodness. Listen, guys, if you found any value in this, do us a favor, like and share. Please try it. And don't forget to let everybody know. And also, let us know in the episode notes if there's any other fall recipes that you'd like for us to do. Butternut squash, spaghetti squashes, all these wonderful fall things that we can make that are really indicative of this time of the year. And this is a good one. This is a really good recipe, guys. I hope you guys will try it. Yeah. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and share and ring that bell. And we'll see you soon on the next episode of Two Chef Show, sharing what we know. We'll see you soon.
Guys.
Take care.